late, and they're about ready to take off without John.
10 seconds to go, and Johnny Goss is about 200 metres behind the rear of the field.
The start for this will be critical. Watch carefully. They're racing, and Johnson with a beautiful start. The Mazda of Shield gets left at the grid and almost wacko from behind.
Jones is off.
Jones has gone off the racetrack. And as they head up the hill, the two starters for the second row again with problems. Johnson wins the start. Into second place quickly goes Gracie. Bond is the next one through, and utter frustration for Terry Shield and for Barry Jones. Here comes Queensland's Dick Johnson working down to Mazda corner. Gracie in second place. Third place by Bond in the 9 Camaro. And just look at the traffic. There's Shields' car being pushed behind the counter, so his race is over. A frustrating time for both Mazda drivers after qualifying so well yesterday. Back though in the lead is Dick Johnson. Jones' car still trying to fire the motor. He's backed it off down on the auxiliary road. We've had a crank down here. That's the Masterton Holmes Capri has gone round. I think one of the barbecues galore vehicles was involved with that one. It speeds off into the distance as Masterton tries to work out where he is on the racetrack.
Johnny Goss, who tried to get onto the rear of the grid before the flag drop, has been in fact black flag. Plenty of drama in this race, and the RX-7 challenge of Terry Shield and Barry Jones being put out of business right off the starting grid.
Well, the familiar faces are going to be back here. Callahan trying to contain Phil Alexander there. Here's Johnson using all of the course. Alan Grice closing up behind him. Colin Bond and Peter Brock. That's the order. 4 of the big names, 4 of the big guns heading down to the left-hander at Honda corner.
They go through Johnson. The True Blue Falcon has the lead just ahead of Alan Grice. Then the 9 Camaro, Colin Bond, Peter Brock in 05. Gary Wilmington in number 8. Muir in the Army Reserve car.
Johnson comes out of that corner nicely. Graham Moore, probably the better placed driver of the Dixon Camaro stable. 17 is Dick Johnson. He leads the field across the line with Alan Grice and the Commodore, who demonstrated in an earlier race this morning he can in fact catch him. There's the multi-talented John Goss. The only talent he hasn't yet mastered was the one to get to the line in time. He's been threatening to make a motor race meeting since Bathurst, and he's made it, and then it was late. Look at this race going. Grice allowing Johnson the freedom of being able to run quickly, and then closes it up at will behind him. They come through Honda corner, and Dick Johnson that time almost took 2 attacks at that turn. The back end was just a wee bit skating. But Johnson now has a real pressure driver behind him, and a fellow who wants for more reasons than one to win. Brock dropping back off the pace well and truly. They've managed to pull away a little bit from Peter Brock, and there's Bond sitting in third place.
V8's holding down the first 7 positions in the race, and that is a surprise.
Whether they get the, well, again sideways, he's not going to do that for 3 more laps. He did it last time over the top, and I can't believe that Johnson could have tyre problems or be out of brakes. So something gone amiss with the Ford. He's driving it hard, but Grice is going to push him to drive it even harder.
I don't know what he's been doing, but he's never really solved that rear end problem that he's had with that car. He's gone close to it, but there's still a problem there, and it just rides away from him if he's not careful. And by gee, he's got no time to be careful at the moment, because Grice is trying to go the outside, no way through.
Well, I don't think he'll hold Grice. This is not he holds it tight against the wall. That was a better line through that corner. They come back through Camalco corner. Look at Grice doing a NASCAR draft as they come up the straight. Grice sitting right behind it. Colin Bond, if anything, starting to gather the 2 of them in.
Do you reckon Colin Bond might be smiling right now?
I'd say so. They're coming up on some slower cars, so Johnson will have to take a little steadier through this corner. He goes through, uses the full line of the racetrack out wide.
4.5 laps gone, and they're about to lap cars already.
Come down the back straight through Mazda corner. Little kink to the right here. Then the short straightaway where they come down to the left-hander. Oh, he's out on the dirt again. And really driving extremely hard, and obviously with some minor problem with the 17 True Blue Falcon from Queensland as Dick Johnson pulls to the outside and takes one of these Mazdas. Alan Grice follows him through down to the corner. Now the line through this corner is just so critical. Does that nicely into Camalco, and now the start finishing straight. Queensland's Dick Johnson. We have a real race going here. Grice playing a waiting game, so to speak, but keeping him extremely honest over the top of the hill again.
they just passed was the Corolla driven by Alexandra Surplus. It's off the track now into the pits.
How close can Grice get? Pretty close. Down to the right-hander.
Feels Alan Grice, and he's driving with so much confidence at the moment, so carefree in his attitude, but so serious about it when he gets behind the wheel.
Well, he's letting Dick Johnson know that he's there to race him, and race him he will. If Johnson has some problem, Grice is going to take full advantage of it.
Get a look at the break, will you, between third car, Colin Bond in the 9 Camaro, and Peter Brock in 05.
We've seen, we had one spin out on the back straight, not to worry about it. There it is, number 15.
Terry Finnegan in a brand new Commodore that he's putting on the track for the first time this meeting. Bad luck for Terry, he spun out and lost several positions.
The order's still the same. Dick Johnson holding down first place in the True Blue Ford Falcon from Queensland. Second place to Sydney's Alan Grice. Third to Sydney's Colin Bond. And fourth place to Melbourne's Peter Brock. That's the order. Down to Mazda. Oh, Murray Carter
straight into the pits. By gee, he must have made that decision in one split second.
I'd say the reason for that going to the pits was the fact that it had an engine detonation by the look of it. Oh, excuse my dust.
Oh, it expires.
Yes, there's a big problem there with Murray Carter's car. We'll catch that action for you shortly. You can see the blue haze there as they go through the pit turn.
Johnson's still got it. Alan Grice just backing off a fraction at the moment, but look at Colin Bond, will you, in the Camaro? He's lurking in there behind the leading two. He knows that he's got a little bit of smoke in the rear of Grice's car. Couldn't have been brakes. He was on the way up the hill.
Johnson, whatever the problem was early in the race, seems to have got it under control. Meanwhile, Colin Bond just can't believe his luck. His